Hey, welcome to Wolf's Watch. I'm Wolf. Are you dealing with virtual teams, remote workers in your business? I got something I want to share with you. Something I learned while building a corporate team. So it was a corporate level team. We had business units spread around the country, spanned 4 states and then some. And something that I learned from that, there were a lot of lessons. Here's one I want to leave you with today. Something I want to share with you today because it's something you can use, right? Are you ready to take things to a higher level of performance? You want high performing work teams that just dominate what they're doing, put you in a position where you've got a strategic edge over your competition? I hope so, because that's what we're going to be talking about. One of the lessons that I learned from that was on communicating way more than I thought was necessary. Now, in these teams, we weren't doing day to day work. It was a bigger influence. I also didn't have power of the paycheck as team leader. None of these people reported directly to me. I did have budget to share with them. So in large corporations, if you've ever worked for a really big organization, power of the budget really can influence a lot. It can really override a lot of other considerations. So I had some budget to bring to the table, which helped my counterparts in 5 other areas of the company, and these were mostly in completely different product categories as well. So they're making big stuff, things that fly, things that travel in the air. We'll leave it at that. It's a large aerospace company at the time. So, getting stuff right was very important. And there was a lot of money, a lot of inertia, and a lot of people involved with this. So each one of the people on the team had to influence hundreds, actually thousands within their business units, because we had anywhere from 12,000 to 25,000 people on each campus that was represented by each one of us. And this was only a part time thing. So, how do you influence people like that? We'll come back to that. The lesson that I learned that I want to share with you today was on picking up the phone more often to connect with the individuals off track from normal workflow. That social aspect is very, very important. It's important for you to maintain that personal, the personal relationship as well as the business relationship with the people that are on your team, with the people that are working for you. And as leader of your company, I'm talking to you, entrepreneur, right? You've got your own business, you've got direct reports, you've got your leadership team that you're developing and coaching. You better be. Well, it's another conversation if you're not. Well, let's stick with that thought for a moment. You've got your leadership team that you're developing. You need to be coaching them, mentoring them, guiding them on that type of activity. What are they doing to build the relationships, and specifically with remote work, with remote teams? What are they doing to build and maintain that personal connection? Because what we found is without working that, here's how I learned that lesson. We had a team that took a long time to build and really make productive. And then this started to happen. Right? We're spread out across the country. There's a lot of local pressure, budget or no budget, impact or no impact. 'Cause we were getting some pretty amazing results. Uh, and with a large corporation like that, with so many people, such expensive products, 3-4% impact could relate to millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, or even more in some cases. So it was very, we took the seriousness of it, but yet we would begin to fray my relationship personally with them, which affected my ability to influence them, right? Would fray if I was not doing more communication with them, if I was not calling up outside of our normal flow of business conversation. Didn't have anything to do with are we on track, status, updates, problems that needed to be solved. It was just a call them up and say, hey, just wanted to say hello and have something in mind that I wanted to socially ask them about. I had gotten to know more about them and their families, so I'd be able to call them and go, hey, it's just how's the wife, how's the kids, what's happening, just curious what's happening with this. Hey, did how's your woodworking shop in your garage? Did you finish that project? Have one of those kind of conversations and keep it short. It didn't take a lot. It was like 10, 15 minutes, made a world of difference. Now, with a team that's remote that you're talking with daily work on, you still need to talk with them daily to get daily work done, right? but you need to have several touch points, several conversations with them during the week, during the month to reinforce that connection person to person. Just like I'm talking with you person to person, right? Eyeball to eyeball. How are you doing that with your people to maintain a connection so that in the heat of the moment, when you're working on actual workflow activity, you've got that solid basis, that solid foundation to be able to work with them, to influence them better, and to have them move at high performance. Because when working with a high performance team, that's not for the faint of heart. You're pulling those people to, past their comfort zone. By definition, if you are developing a high performance work team, you will be pulling people past their comfort levels. Having that social foundation, that person to person. Social is probably not the best word. Person to person, interpersonal relationship, to use some MBA speak, gives you that foundation to have the conversations that are necessary to push them beyond what they think they're capable of, or what they think their limitation is, to drag them into fear, into fearful areas because they can do it, right? You're not doing it to be mean. You're not bullying them to do something. You better not be. But it's to get them into a new level of performance, which they can achieve, and especially when they're working together as a team, right? You've experienced that. I've experienced that. What happens when you get people, man, they're tight, they're going after it, they're encouraging each other, they've got each other's back, they can achieve so much more than they thought they could. I've done that. I've been on teams where we did that, and I'm sure you have too. I've also been on teams where we had great talent that just didn't gel and really didn't were suboptimal as best, to use some more MBA speak. It never achieved what they could have, barely achieved what they needed to. Those teams didn't last long. We disbanded them, and for whatever reason, they just didn't come together because of the interpersonals, right? So think about that. How often are you just reaching out, either virtually across the computer screen, or even just picking up your cell phone and going, "Hey, Bob, just wanted to check in, see how you're doing. I know we've been really busy. We haven't had a chance to talk a lot. Just wanted to say hi. How's your day going?" Keep it short. Call 'em, "Hey, Maria, just wanted to check in with you and say hi. Appreciate what you're doing." Yeah, give them a little high five in the process, just so that it's maintaining that social connection. If you don't do that, you're going to have problems with your teams, with influencing people in a remote environment. So we've got a lot more to talk about on this. This is just one tip wanted to share with you today. Thanks for being part of Wolf's Watch, part of the conversation. What do you think? Want to see it in the comments. All right. This is 21st century communication, 21st century television, right? It's live and it is interactive. Even if we aren't interacting right now as I'm talking with you, if you're watching this on replay, use the comments and watch the comments. We'll still chat, and then we'll have an opportunity to chat face to face, or at least live through chat utilities and whatnot on future broadcasts. So hope you're having an awesome Friday. It's Friday, right? Fabulous Friday. Have a fabulous Friday. Thanks for being part of Wolf's Watch. I'm Wolf, and I'll see you on the trail.